18 watching.
Hey, everybody. That is Gary Smith.
Hello there.
That is Kaz Kenny.
Kapow!
And I'm Eddie Bramble, and this is episode 27 of the Blackwater's Edge podcast.
Here we go. Episode number 27.
27.
Oh,
Kaz,
Gary.
Man.
start us off with this week's
all right.
fishing
So
report.
look, let's talk a little bit about the fishing. First of all, let's grill Dave a little bit for canceling on us last minute here. I did ask him last minute anyway, but Dave, you know better than going out there running an outboard through them stumps.
Told
man.
you. Told you, Dave.
We love you, brother. We love you. Let's get this show on the road. So Dave broke down today and couldn't make it. Dave, we hope you made it home safe. We know you're wet. We know you donated a couple pints of blood. You smell like crap and laid in the marsh mud, and you're on your way home. So, hey, safe travels back, buddy.
You're going to love that surface drive when it shows up.
All right, so on the fishing front here, folks, let's talk a little about what's going on down here at Blackwater right now. You know, snakehead. Everybody wants to catch a snakehead. Still dealing with the same patterns, 4 different patterns all at one time. You've got them pairing, you've got them spawning, you've got them bedded, and you've got them feeding. So it's a crapshoot. Roll the dice. You come into a branch and they're not eating their garden fry. If you're having problems, get out of there and go look for some place that they're eating. You know what I mean? You know what it looks like when they're eating. If you've been coming down here long enough, you're going to see bubbles. You're going to hear that that sucking noise in there, you know, and them lily pads and things like that, you know. So
Chicken bones floating in the
that's
water.
right. Chicken bones floating in the water, duck bones floating in the water, deer bones floating in the water, muskrat bones, little dog bones, cat bones, kid bones. Who knows what kind of bones you're going to find down here, right? So anyway, so snakehead, you know, it's everything's working right now. You know, top waters, inlines. I mean, this week we know lots of people have been messing them up again on MEPS. You know, Beth, she got some nice ones this week on MEPS. She had a couple pictures of her up on our page. Saw some other pictures of some anglers with MEPS. I know Bill Dickerson got into some last weekend with MEPS. So, you know, the inlines seem to be doing pretty good. Chatterbait's been doing great. Top water's been doing great. And I got to plug this bait right here. I mean, right here, this hyperelastics,
man.
you know, I mean, this bait right here is really, really, really doing some damage here. I know Richard Seagard, my cousin, all of them 10-pounders he's catching, been on this bait right here, you know. So, anyway, that was my radio. So, anyway, so this is a new lure by Hyperelastics. It's called a Dart Spin. We got them in 5.5, 4.5, and 3.5-inch links here on the Eastern Shore, Wolford Store if you guys need some. So another lure that's been great this week, again, has been that MEPS number 5. You know, that's been totally smoking these fish. And, again, these have been the 2 hot colors we're hearing the most about. I like to call this one Baltimore Oriole Orange just because it looks like the Baltimore Orioles. It's probably a trademark thing, so I'm not doing that. And then this other color right here, this chartreuse with the chartreuse plate and the chartreuse skirt.
The fire tiger skirt. That fire tiger.
Surfboard.
Yeah, fire
Looks
tiger,
like a
yes. I mean,
surfboard.
that has been absolutely phenomenal. And I know, Gary, you had a couple trips this week with some folks. Why don't you talk a little bit about what you guys saw and what happened with you guys?
I had a real good evening Sunday night. Now, Saturday, my wife and I went out, and I just only fished for a half hour, caught a couple. But Sunday afternoon, I went only for about an hour, maybe an hour, 15 minutes, caught 6. I had a real good night, all between 23, 27 inches, all on a frog.
Nice fish.
I was just fishing the frog and caught them all on the same frog. Just that quick. Yesterday, Mary Horseman and Ivana, I can't pronounce her last name, but
I think it's Bushinsky, but I'm
there
not
you
sure.
go. Yeah.
She can slap me if I said it wrong. So.
She can call me Smitsky.
Right, there you go.
But we went, and oh god, man, it was just brutal. Wind blew, supposed to be 10 to 15, and it blew 30 to 40 all day long.
That'll make it tough for sure.
And then switched around about 3:30, 4 o'clock to out of the south and blew that hard again. We had the wind in our face going and coming. But we caught 3, hooked probably 4 or 5 more. Just one of them days, that, you know, they just weren't biting hard. And, but had a great time. Beautiful sunset last night when it was going down.
What lures you guys been using this week? Let's talk about
we
some.
were using splatterbaits, using frogs. Mary was using MEPS for a little while, a couple spinner baits, and they just didn't seem to be doing it. You know, there's some days are like that.
You know, I think we talk about this all the time. I think the people that really are into snakehead fishing get the whole temperament of these fish. You know. I've dated a lot of women that are temperamental, and I'll tell you what. I mean, these fish got any woman I've ever beat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, period. I mean, I've never been fooled so much by a woman as I am with a snakehead. You know what I'm saying? I go in, I think I got an idea in my head how I'm going to approach what's going to go down. I get there, and it's not that way at all.
And I'll tell you something else about them. They're if you're in a shallow area, like a little cove or something, and you get all set up and you're ready to fish, bump your foot on the bottom of the boat or slap your pole against the boat and watch what happens along the shoreline. Once they know you're there, it's a whole different game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they totally change their attitude. It's 100%.
You got to surprise them.
Yeah, it's kind of like in the beginning when we started fishing here, it was like really, really easy for most of us.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now that the fish are getting an education, they're getting hooked, they're getting off the hook, or they're getting thrown back. I mean, you're teaching these fish and giving them some education. And I don't think people really realize the memory that these fish have. And I know that right now we're conducting some studies right now on memory, and some of the things that we're learning are just blowing us away as far as, what they can retain in their brain as to what happened a week ago, So I think, like I said, they've called this fish many times the Frankenfish. So
Oh, yeah.
maybe that's not a bad name for it, because, just when you think you got them figured out, you don't. And just when you think you got the behavior figured out and nailed down, you don't.
Right. And something to remember, sound travels faster in water than it does on land.
And I got to say this, like there's times where I'm in a boat and I agree, you're making noise, and then there's other times when I'm out there and the only way to get them is to take a stick, break it off a branch, and whack the water with it, make some noise, cause some commotion to get their attention. So I mean, that's the thing that people got to understand about this fish. It's not your typical bluegill in a pond. You throw a worm in there and you're good to go. You know what I'm saying? So you've got to have all kinds of stuff at your disposal, especially when it's hot like this.
Oh, yeah.
And the fish are like stressing out a little bit because it's just not tempered water that they would love to have, or something that's actually looking good that they would like to be in. You know what I'm saying? So they have to adapt with what they got, and we've got to adapt with them as an angler. And that means adapting, changing our baits.
Well,
what I mean?
that's what fishing is. It's the fish adapt to you, then you've got to adapt to that.
That's right.
You set the bar, then you got to raise it. You set the bar, and then you got to raise it some more. I mean, that's what fishing is, 100%.
So before we get into our podcast today and talk about the parking, I do want to give the Midshore Fishing Club a little plug here.
Awesome guys.
So me and Eddie did a seminar for them last year, and I joined the club last year, and I've had an awesome time helping them raise money and get their name out there and trying to do some stuff to help them out with their scholarship fund. So we got this letter from Midshore Fishing Club. I just want to share it with everybody out there. Dear fishing guys and gals, it has been it has been an unusual time for all of us, being quarantined, not being able to go out on our boats and fish. But I believe this is coming to an end and things will return to normal. As you may remember, last year we had a raffle to support our Clint Waters Scholarship Fund, giving away a flounder trip in Ocean City. This year again, we are lucky to have a fishing trip raffle off, but this time it is a snakehead trip for 3. It's provided by Eddie, myself, the Wolford Store, me at snakeheadlife.com, and Gary also, he's going to be in on this, and Blackwater's Edge. So, we appreciate the opportunity to give back to the community.
Absolutely.
And say thank you for what you've done for us, and that's our way of saying, hey, we want to pay it back too. So if you have never had the opportunity to fish for these species, you are missing a great experience. These fish are great fighters and great table fare. As you may know, this fish is an invasive species here in Maryland, and Dorchester County has become the epicenter for this fish. Again, this year, it costs $3. That's for a ticket. And, the tickets are, or you can get 4 tickets for $10, and all proceeds go to the scholarship fund, which we have established with the University of Maryland, Horn Point. Last year, Mr. Jesse Todd Long was our first recipient of this award, and she spoke at our January meeting. Enclosed, you will find 4 tickets for consideration. Fill out the stub and return with your payment in the self-addressed envelope. If you have no interest, return the tickets so we can sell to someone else. Look, we're going to give these tickets away today is what we're going to do.
Yep.
We're going to give them away for free to somebody, so somebody's going to have a chance to win those tickets. So, Eddie, what I think is in these comments, what I want you to put is me. Right? Me. If you want to get one of these tickets, okay, and we'll have it here for you to fill out, and we'll give it to you for free. We've got 4 of them, or we got 3 of them right here we're going to give away. So me after your name, and then we will go ahead and pick somebody at the end of the show to give those away. That's with right. Our crab stand giveaway and all the other stuff too.
And if you don't win, you can get up with anybody at the Midshore Fishing Club. They are selling these tickets, like Kaz said, for $3 a piece. It's a great deal, and we're having a fun time fishing with whoever wins. So it'll be a lot of fun.
We're having a lot of fun with everything we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, we got so much going on. We got some stuff going with North Bay. We got some stuff going with Iron. We got stuff going with CCA. We got stuff going all over the place,
Everywhere.
folks. And look, if you're out there and you need some help promoting something snakehead-wise, let us know what we can do to help you. That's what we're here for. We're here to help people. That's what we want to do. So we are working on some tournament ideas that are coming up, and we'll get some of them straight with you soon. We're going to work with Dave and get some stuff straightened out with that. And we're going to have some really, really good stuff going on for some snakehead fishing here later in the summer and in the fall. So stay tuned for that, and we'll get that up. I think we pretty much got everything talked about. Wanted to talk about.
I think that's all we were talking about at first.
Okay, so we know that we've had some changes come down here in Dorchester County in the last week.
Yes.
You know?
So, we did our podcast last Thursday, and Friday morning, I think all three of our phones just started blowing up. It was that was an interesting time.
Oh
Friday
my
morning.
God, what's going on in Dorchester County? I thought you guys loved fishing. I thought you guys wanted to save snakeheads.
So, yeah, so Friday morning, for those of you who don't know, if you've been living under a rock in the county, so the county decided to drop no parking signs in a lot of the most popular fishing spots up and down. Let's see, DeCourcy Bridge was one of the main spots. Maple Dam, Drawbridge,
Griffith's Neck.
There's 4 or 5 spots that these signs either have been dropped or they're going to be dropped.
And there's more than that, but these are just what we've seen.
This is what we've seen for the past week. So we know this is frustrating. We know that. I mean, we've been talking with you guys for at least 2 years now.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get everybody down here to fish.
Yes.
We know we have this problem, and we know that the only way to control this problem is to have as many people fishing for them as possible.
And I think that we kept ourselves in a pretty good position to address the problem, handle the problem, and be a solution for the problem. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for 2 years we've had the Stop Bitching and Pitch In campaign.
That's right.
You know, so we could get free trash bags here, free gloves. We have plenty of people donating stuff to us.
A lot of people have donated their time,
Yeah.
their money for trash bags and gloves to help people.
And look at the amount of time Bobby Herbert's put in up in
yeah.
Church Creek, the mayor of Church Creek, Bobby Herbert. I mean, he went as far as to contact the county and get us some trash stickers for bags if we needed to go there and get rid of trash or anything like that. So, I mean, the best thing that I can say is we are very proud of the people in the community here that have stood up got up and stood up at the plate, have done what they can to help us, which is find solutions to the problems, not create more problems to the problems we already have.
Exactly.
And I think that the thing that we really want to iterate here, we just had Father's Day weekend. We just missed hundreds and hundreds of people that made plans to come here and celebrate Father's Day snakehead fishing with their kid, or their kid bringing their dad here or something like that. Man, that's just kind of a slap in the face to the community. You know what I'm saying?
I had a call last night for a fishing trip at that exact same thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Guy wants to take his dad. His dad's getting ready to move to Florida, and he wants to take him.
I mean, what we got to understand here is that, you know,
Catch one.
we know the snakeheads are here. We know that people are coming here to fish for them. I've been saying it for a year. We need to embrace this opportunity, not shut the door on it. You know, so
at the same time, we also have to make sure that the people who are coming here to fish for these snakeheads are doing things the right way.
Yes.
And that's why these signs were dropped, because like anything else, a few bad apples ruins it for everybody.
Well, and part of what we do is just like when we talked to the sheriff, and the sheriff said, you know, the park has become a problem because they're parking in the road.
we made a wonderful
and they were
post
going to
for
start.
that.
They were going to give out tickets if you were on the road. So we told everybody when we go by the bridges, if anybody's even got a tire on the road, we'll tell them, man, you better get the tire off road.
Exactly.
And the best part is the sheriff said we were doing a great job.
Yes.
So this kind of just blindsided all of us and came out of nowhere, you know. So I think what we want to try to talk about today is let's try to talk about solutions to the problems that we have. What can we do as a community to make this better for everybody? The farmers, the politicians, the EMS workers, the police, the Parks and Rec. What can we do to make a difference here? We're asking the county. We thought we had a great relationship with the county. We thought we were working side by side with them on everything that we could do. So we're reaching back out to the county and we're saying, okay, what do you want us to do?
Right.
And Eddie, I think you know the people that we need to go to, and Gary, you know the people that we need to go to. And it's been clarified to me a million times that I'm not from here, and I understand that, folks. But look, let me tell you what, I have done a lot here to help the community, and I've done a lot here to make changes, and I've done a lot to be receivable of the changes that may be coming here. And I think we all have done that kind of a job. So I think from here, what we've got to do is we have got to find a solution, because right now we literally have thousands of people that don't know what's going on, don't understand what happened here in the county. You know, we thought everything was going great. We thought we were doing what we were asked to do, and then out of nowhere, this. So
yeah, we they caught us off guard. That's for sure.
Yeah,
we did not see this coming. We
and we got to blame COVID on part of it, because
exactly
there was a hearing on this, but if you didn't happen to get to the county's, the
phone
county
meeting.
commissioners. billboard, you wouldn't have known it,
right.
which
Right.
none of us did, including apparently it's a good possibility law enforcement didn't know it as well.
Right. So, yeah,
So-
we're not sure about that. Whether
So we're not putting the blame on anybody.
No.
It's just that
It's just the way
nobody
things,
knew it was happening.
exactly the way it played out. It all happened during the COVID shutdown. So the county meeting, I believe, was conducted by phone instead of in person like normal. And so all of it was just a different feel for how things usually go. And so that's why it kind of caught us blindsided. So, but what we want to do. So we reached out to the county earlier this week, the county commissioners, and so we're waiting to hear back from them.
How many commissioners do we have?
We have five commissioners in this county.
Who are they?
Jay Newcomb, Libby Nagel, William Nichols, Lenny Pfeffer, and Ricky Travers.
Okay.
And so we've reached out to them, and hopefully we hear back soon about us. We want to help make this right for everybody involved.
Absolutely.
Our goal has always been to have people come down and fish for as many snakeheads as possible to help control this population. The three of us sitting here know the numbers. We know that we're in big trouble.
And that's the scariest thing, I think, for us is to stop the fishing, to inhibit the fishing in any way, shape, or form. I mean, what we're doing, that basically says, to me, snakeheads aren't an issue.
Well, I think that's the wrong way to look. I don't think that I don't believe the county thinks that snakeheads aren't an issue. I just think that they see the issue from a economic side of inhibiting the farmers getting to and from their different fields, and it's also inhibiting EMS. So we know that the people who aren't parking correctly at these different spots, they're wrong, and all three of us agree to that.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with anybody who says that. So we that's the issue we need to get fixed, and we want to come up with a comprehensive solution that keeps people fishing, but also keeps the roads clear for the farmers and the EMS crew and anybody else trying to get through these roads, and not just them. I mean, just the locals traveling.
Sure.
I mean, anybody who's traveling
Sure.
these roads know this is a problem when people don't park correctly. So that's we want to help come up with a solution to make this better.
We want the locals to be able
Yes.
to fish as much as the visitor
Yeah, yeah.
fishes.
Oh, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
This
We want an
isn't-
even playing field for everybody.
we
here,
want
you know
we
what
want the
I'm
right
saying?
solution that keeps everybody happy. The anglers, the locals, the EMS, the farmers, everybody wants. We want a solution that everybody can agree on, and that's what we're working towards. So
Right. Should we talk about Tim's call?
yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
So, just before we started the podcast,
Literally just before.
Kaz got a call from Tim down at Fishing Bay Oyster Company, and he talked to one of the county commissioners this afternoon, and this is what he conveyed to us that was conveyed to him. So you're getting secondhand,
Right,
and I can
third
tell
hand,
you
really.
right now, yeah, third hand. I can tell you right now, if you come down here and you get a ticket, don't blame me. I'm just telling you what was told to us. And I asked him, could I quote him, and he said yes. He talked to one of the county commissioners this afternoon, and the county commissioner told him that it was not their intention to stop people from parking off of the road. It was their intention to stop people from parking with two wheels on the road. That's all I can tell you about that. What I can tell you is keep checking it in on our website. Blackwater's Edge, because we're going to talk to the sheriff tomorrow and find out if how it's going to be enforced.
Right. And if that's the case, then we need some clarification on these signs.
Right. That's exactly right.
I mean, no parking says we can't park there.
Right.
So that's how anybody coming to the county that's visiting takes. They're driving 5 hours from the Potomac to come over here and go snakehead fishing, come here and get their sub. They go pull out there to go fishing, and there's a sign that says no parking. Right. And then my phone's ringing, your phone's ringing, our phone's ringing. We don't know what to tell them. We don't know the answer. So
we'll have something hopefully definitive for you.
Right. So we're going to get a hold of either the sheriff or when the county gets back to us, we're going to clarify exactly what these signs mean. If Tim's correct on this, then that changes the entire issue.
Sure.
But also that if Tim's correct on this, then I think the signs need to be redone with the correct wording, where all 4 tires need to be off the road and not just no parking. Correct. Because no parking just gives the wrong message. And so either way, I think we need clarification of what these signs exactly mean.
Right.
And so I hopefully the county will reach back out to us and
the
we'll
sheriff can tell you what he intends to enforce.
Right, exactly.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the sign should say, if you can't park with 2 tires off the road, don't park here.
4 tires.
4 tires off the road, yes. I mean, you know what I mean? Something.
Exactly. Now you could put that on any road in the whole county. and if the sign said that, I think 100% of the people would agree with that sign.
Sure.
Because that's the right way to do it. If the sign said all 4 tires off the road or you're getting a ticket, boom,
and
done deal.
If a farmer comes through and he's got equipment,
yep,
He's working. It's your day off. You're fishing.
Exactly.
You don't want somebody holding you up when you're on your way to work.
Yep.
And I do want to say
different.
this: it isn't the visitors burning their 4-wheel truck tires in the ditch.
It's both.
Slinging mud. Well, I mean, I think it's people that are trying to throw a roadblock in there. Personally,
Well,
that's just me. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Here's another thing about this parking issue. People have fished these bridges. I'm 66 years old, and I was fishing when I was 6 years old. So 60 years that I'm aware of. I mean, half of these bridges have been replaced in my lifetime since I've been fishing. A couple of them were burnt down. They burnt one of them up.
But that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've always fished these bridges. Some things have changed. You used to be able to put a boat in at a little Blackwater Bridge. Can't do that anymore.
Right.
You just soft launch, but not an outboard place. With a little more place to park down on the side there. That's changed. But people on DeCourcy Bridge, man, I can remember when the perch were fishing. It was crazy down there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I mean, Key Wallace, I remember perch fishing. You couldn't even park on the road either side at night. You know what I mean?
So it's always been a thing. It's a little bigger now,
Right.
and it's a little longer now.
That's the issue with the whole thing is this problem has become, like you said, it's been around forever.
Yeah.
As long as these bridges have been there, people have been fishing off them. But the entire issue has become amplified with the amount of traffic that has come in here with the influx of snakeheads.
Right.
The moment that snakeheads came here, you knew it.
I knew it.
You tried to convince me for 3 years before I even jumped on this.
I know.
And you knew it, and I learned it as we went along. But the anglers are following the snakeheads wherever they go.
Yeah.
And I think the county needs to embrace that, because not just economic. We can talk about the economics of it, because it helps the county economically, top to bottom. But the ecological
It ain't just
side,
helping us.
No.
Everybody thinks we're just helping ourselves, and that's not the case.
That's not
at all.
Our main goal has always been the ecological side of this, because snakeheads will absolutely run everything. The numbers show it. The studies have shown it here in Blackwater. The snakeheads are diminishing. 17 of 21 populations decreased over a 10-year period.
Yep.
Point blank period. That's the data. And we want to put a stop to that as much as possible. And the only way to do that is to get people fishing for these snakeheads, get them here, harvesting them, control this population.
And then guys that say
something else.
And then, hold on, them guys that say we never had a fishery here.
Oh yeah, that's bull.
You know what I'm saying? Sorry.
I'll tell you something else. I have a great opportunity because I have private access to the Blackwater River, and I've taken a lot of people out there, and I have never yet taken anybody that just is absolutely amazed.
Oh my God,
there's nothing, nowhere else like it, man.
It's one of the most beautiful places in the state,
Yeah,
probably the whole country.
It's totally cool.
You won't find another place like the Blackwater Refuge in the whole country.
No.
Point blank period.
Yesterday we hadn't even made it to Blackwater River. We were still in the creek. Hadn't even got out to it, and we'd already seen 4 eagles. I mean, it's just
that's beautiful.
It's crazy.
The comeback of eagles here is actually amazing. I mean,
and the refuge has played a big part of that.
It has.
Yeah.
They really have.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful place. And just, I was just talking to a lady this afternoon, has a B&B. And she just had a couple leave that had been there for a month. They usually go up in upstate New York. They didn't go this year because of the corona thing or whatever. And they came for a week and wound up staying for a month. And when you get people here and they see what's here, they're going to come back.
Yep. Well, like you said before, we've talked about this many times. You go down Blackwater River. If you go back far enough, like you said, before the snakeheads got here, probably 5 people have seen that in 100 years.
Yeah.
And now with the influx of anglers coming here looking for these snakeheads, which we want people fishing for these snakeheads. We've got to control this population, because otherwise you will not have a perch or crappie to fish for. But like you said, it was 5, and probably 5 see it every week now.
Oh, more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least.
I mean, I say more people seen it the last 5 years than the last 100 years. So you say 75, but it's 100 years.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
nobody ever saw it but duck hunters and when there were some farms back there, and that was about it.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, you hear the county complain constantly about money. You know, here's an opportunity. I know the farming generates money, but I think to overlook the amount of money that's being generated by the anglers that are coming here, not just in the county, but to Blackwater itself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I mean, the restaurants uptown, that are getting business.
The hotels. Every gas station.
I mean, every one of these hotels down here that's not the Hyatt, it's mostly snakehead anglers that are staying in these things 7 days a week now.
Yeah, but
it ain't just the weekends.
Our county slogan when you come over the bridge in Cambridge, big sign at Sailwinds Park says,
"Water moves us."
Water moves us. If it moves us and we don't use it, it isn't doing us much good.
You're right.
We have to take advantage of our resources.
Let's simply look at Goose Creek, okay, up here on the corner of Maple Dam and 16th.
Right by the high school.
Okay. I'm asking the commissioners to go in there and talk to them about the amount of fuel that they are selling a week to anglers with kayaks on their roof.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you this, 5 years ago, it was like 2 tankers a week.
Oh, yeah.
3 years ago, it was like 3 tankers a week. 2 years ago, it's like 4 tankers a week. Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's not just gas. I'm talking about, what about all the other places that they're stopping in town or
food,
coming
snacks,
out here
ice,
or going down
drinks.
Hooper's Island to go look at a crab house or something, Or they go down to Fishing Bay and they pick up a bushel of oysters from Timmy. I mean, there's lots of money coming here from a lot of different directions, and it's going in different areas, not just snakeheads.
Right. That's a fantastic point.
I mean, and that's the thing.
Well, people come in the store and they ask you a place to fish, and you tell them you go down 335. You know where the Harriet Tubman Museum? Yeah,
mile past
because they've been there or they've been by it.
Right.
One of the two, and if they come down long enough, they're going to go in there. They're going to stop in Blackwater. They're
And
going to
they
go all
already
these places.
eat all these places.
They want to know where to eat.
Yeah, the gift shop at Blackwater. I mean, just talk to them people. They'll tell you how many people are really coming here and what kind of impact it is.
Well, it's the same. It's the same issue. Well, I don't want to say it was the same issue, but we had this influx of hunters when Cicadere became popular. And we're seeing this again with snakeheads in different type of the year.
I don't think we shut down all the sick hunting places because too many people were coming.
No, but people did have a problem with parking.
Yes, they did have a big problem with parking. And then what Blackwater did was they put in all these parking areas.
Right.
And I think that's a good solution for the county for these same snakehead spots. And I don't want to get too much into possible solutions because there's
We've got a million solutions over here. How we can generate money to pay for parking, pay to fill these ditches in, keep it clean, keep a trash can.
Yep. So there's many different ways this can be solved, and if you want, I mean, we want everybody's help on this too. If you think of a way that this can be solved, we definitely want your input. I mean, the county wants your input. Everybody's going to want your input here.
Positive impact.
Yes, positive. We don't no trouble.
Negative.
There's plenty of negativity in the world right now. We don't need any more. Positive impact here, real solutions. That's what we're looking for.
I like that, Eddie.
So, I mean, that's just the truth. We want help. We want to help, and we want help at the same time. So that's what it boils down to.
We can't go to Church Creek at the park and ride and make everything left and right autonomous zone.
Well, I was thinking we get a Bobby and maybe Church Creek want to buy a little bus and we could let Church Creek get that money and we'll bus the people from the park and ride out to the bridges and we'll do 2-hour trips
that's
around.
An option.
That's one solution. That's one solution.
I'm sure Church Creek love to have that money,
So, but I mean, but I think if the county can find a way to implement parking at these different spots, I think that would be the best way to handle this.
And we want to talk to them. We want to talk. We want to help them find solutions. Yep. We don't want to be a bad guy. We don't want to get angry. We don't want to say that you're stopping us. We want you to work with us. That's what we want you to work with.
Well, we want to work with them. That's the main thing. I mean, they're the commissioners. We're citizens here, and we want everybody's help with this at the same time. We want to find the right solution that keeps everybody happy. The farmers, the EMS, across the board.
I think a town hall's in order, man.
That's not a bad idea.
So. Let's get the anglers down here. Let's get them talking. Let's get the farmers talking. Let's get the EMS talking. Let's get everybody talking. Let's get everybody in the same room. Let's have a powwow.
The problem with that right now is COVID. COVID would stop that real quick. So
could we do it outside with X's on the field and use somebody's farm somewhere and get 10,000 people on the field? We could call it Blackwater Stock.
Do it at the
Snake Stock.
Snake Stock. Snake Stock 2020.
Right.
I think the only way you can enforce social distancing for that is do it at the Cambridge High School football field.
Right.
Oh man,
Snake Stock. I'll go buy that after the show.
But yeah, so it's frustrating because we've worked really hard to get anglers down here fishing for these fish.
I mean, the state came to us and asked us to get the folks here. I mean, Blackwater, the biologist, said get the people here. You know what I mean? We did what we were asked to do. and we want to continue to do that. We
It's
want to
just a
continue to help.
technicality.
That's right.
It's just it.
Well, it's
what
not
happened
even
is just a miscommunication.
It's
We
a-
didn't
it's
know they were
exactly-
meeting.
it's a misunderstanding.
They didn't know that we were interested.
I had an old
It's
boss.
just one of those things.
I had an old boss name was Marvin Comer. Let me tell you what, this guy, he gave me some of the best just one-liner, two-liner things, and one of the best things I think he ever shared with me in life was he looked at me one boy, and I had a problem one day, and he said, "That just sounds like a stumbling block, buddy." I said, "I don't know what you mean." He says, "Take your stumbling blocks and make them stepping stones." And that's what we're going to do here. This is just a stumbling block. It's a speed bump. We're going to get through this. Everybody's going to be happy when we're done with it.
Yep.
And we're going to find the right solution to the problem. So
That's the key.
what we're going to do. We're going to take these stumbling blocks and we're going to turn them into stepping stones.
Just the technicality.
Right. Well, like you said, it's a misunderstanding. I think when the county commissioners voted on this, I don't think they fully understood the ecological impact of snakeheads, or I want to say that they fully understand it, but they maybe underestimated the economic and ecological impact these anglers are having here in Dorchester County. And so
it's all over the county, though. It's not just here. I mean, it's in the chop tank. It's it's down in the Nanacoke.
But I mean,
it's down
it
in
wasn't-
Island. I mean, these people are fishing everywhere.
Right.
And I'm sure there are people, and because I kind of felt that way for a little while when I first heard about this, it's a slap in the face. You guys come from Pennsylvania, you're coming from Western Maryland, drive all the way down here and find, and not have the warning, because we didn't know ahead of time. But it's not to put the blame on somebody. It's just something that happened.
Right.
And it was already in the works. Nobody knew about it. And the reason nobody knew about it basically is because of COVID.
Yep, exactly.
Now here's
If
another
everything
point.
was open, then
We've got July 4th coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, we had the Independence Day over at Blackwater for the snakeheads. Remember that? That whole big thing we did over there?
Well,
We're not going to have that there this year.
because
But
of
my
COVID.
point is this. Those people are probably remembering their 4th of July last year, and they're going to want to come here and go fishing on the 4th.
That's we're going to find clarification of that, because if Tim's right about what the commissioner said to him, then that's a big difference than no parking.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
And then we just need the clarification for that. And like we said before, keep checking with us periodically, because
And
we're going to work hard to find
we
clarification.
really need to get
on
some
this.
clarification before the 4th of July holiday, because we have a
As
lot
soon
of
as possible.
visitors
And
that
that's-
come here for that weekend
Yep.
to go crabbing, fishing, get their hunting stuff together, bring their family down for 4 days, 5 days, so.
right. And that's why I say don't if you're mad, you're mad, but we can't help you if you're mad.
Right.
And we can't approach the county mad. We can't. It's just not the thing. It was a misunderstanding.
Yep.
It's not to put the blame on anybody. So that's why we're asking for positive impact. You
Exactly.
got a good solution, give us your solution. Don't if you want to bash whoever,
We don't want it.
bash me in.
Keep it to
wrong
yourself.
place, right.
Call somebody else.
Maybe what we might want to think about doing is maybe setting up a post where anglers can have some input. You know what I mean? Maybe they can share their opinion or what they think or something like that. I got some ideas floating in my head. We'll talk about it.
We'll put something on the page where people can help.
Maybe even a poll,
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yep.
Do you fish Blackwater? Yes or no? Where do you come from? Let's see where these people are coming from. Let's show the county what the impact is. Let's put it like we did with data. Let's put it in some black and white, and let's show it to them. That's what we need to do.
Yep.
Solutions. I mean, we've talked about a few ideas. I mean,
I think that in my personal opinion, the county could put up parking areas, and I don't think they would get any pushback for charging people to park there.
I agree 100%.
And that would pay for the parking lots in a very short amount of time, and everybody would benefit from that. It would get the cars off the road, keep the fishermen fishing.
There's some parking now that's
Right.
available.
Yeah, 335.
Right.
Yep.
And
Well,
Blackwater
no, but
opened up that parking lot for us too.
I'm
remember?
talking private parking.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a couple, there's some places that are private parking.
Yeah, Matt Meredith's got his thing going on over
Right.
there. You can park over there, and you
So
can pay for the day.
but what I'm saying is, he's doing well with it, and it's good because people want to be safe. They want to park off the road. They want to have a place to go. It's close to where they want, and I don't think anybody would mind. I mean, when you go to the ocean or you go wherever, there's parking meters or parking machines. You pay to go, whether it's a permit process or it's a meter or whatever.
Exactly.
You can't have improvements without paying for them.
Right.
If you could, we wouldn't have the taxes that we have.
and I think that we really have some great ideas where we can show some of our ideas and justify the improvement.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think we've got some ways where the county really doesn't have to look into their pocket so much.
Well, and it might very well be that it's a misunderstanding. If what Tim told us is true,
then none of it's an issue
three-quarters
anyway.
of the problem is solved.
Well, and I think the biggest problem is signage, because we know we talked to the sheriff, and the sheriff was ecstatic about the work we were doing. I mean, every sheriff I talked to said, yeah, everywhere I'm going, Kaz, it's looking good, man. Thank you. That post was good, man. You know what I'm saying? So I think maybe the signage is the problem, the verbatim's the problem.
If it's just worded incorrectly, then that's just an issue of getting the signs replaced to say the right things.
Right.
And if that's the case, not like Gary said, 75% of the problem is solved right there.
Right, and we'll still do everything that we're doing with the trash and everything like that. I mean,
we're going to continue our efforts.
I mean, we go out once or twice a week ourselves and pick up trash. You know, I mean, just because that's what we do.
Right,
you know?
and another thing, when you're fishing on the bridges, I can remember when I was a kid, the old Taylor's Island Bridge. 2 cars couldn't meet on there hardly if nobody was there. Right. And people were fishing on top of that bridge with 20-foot crab poles. And some people got their windows busted out, windshields busted, with guys snatching a crab net up and swings the pole back over the bridge, crashes into a car. And they wound up.
And talk about Timmy's story.
Stopping people from fishing on that bridge.
Well, what did they do?
Fishing crab.
They built a new bridge, and now there's enough room for people to fish and crab from. So.
But the old bridge, you couldn't do that, and that's why. And it's the same way when you're fishing on a bridge. If you're fishing 3 or 4 rods, don't lean them out where they're in the pipe. You're already standing there.
Yep.
Only one car can come one way when people are fishing both sides of the bridge. It's just how it is. So you need to take that in consideration and just be courteous, man.
I mean, if it's a parking issue, give us the opportunity to show a way that we can address that. Right. You know what I mean? If it's a trash issue, then let's say it's a trash issue.
And then we'll address that.
I mean, we've had no problem doing that. I remember last year a couple times, we put a post up about clean up and free bags, and we had 30, 40, 50 people just show up, not even to fish, just to go pick up trash. So if it's a trash problem, we can get that taken care of right now.
Yep.
And if it's a parking problem, let's sit down with the county and let's figure this thing out, man.
Exactly.
If you're a farmer and you're in the community, let's sit down and let's talk.
We want your input.
Right. If you're Madison Volunteer Fire Department,
we want your
input. If you're Parks and Rec and you're driving around, you got to pick trash up every day, we want your input. We want to know where our bad areas are that you think need more addressing, or what our good areas are, et cetera,
Right. Even, like you said, if we have to go around and address each spot individually with a different solution to each spot, more power. We'll go through that process with you.
How many weekends did we spend last year on our own time going out there just shaking hands? I mean, I had a whole thing. I would get with people and I'd walk up and say, hey, how you doing? My name's Kaz. I want to welcome you to Dorchester County. We want you to come fishing. But, hey, let me take 5 minutes just to tell you a little bit about how we do things here in Dorchester County. We're glad you're here. Please take your trash with you.
Yep.
Please remember, leaving fishing line on the ground kills turtles, birds, animals, things like that. I took time with every individual, and you hear my campaign, one angler at a time, one angler at a time. One angler at a time. That's how we make a difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we did that last year. We stopped at the bridges. I went out there days and mornings before I went to the crab stand and just shook hands for an hour, gave them a sticker, welcome to the county, said, hey, we're glad you're here. I wasn't getting paid no money. Them stickers cost $3 a piece to give away.
That's,
you know?
And there's always a portion.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you, I don't know who the guy was, so I'm not really calling him out, but I ate lunch here over store today. There was a fellow, him and I'm assuming his wife and 2 kids. They're eating lunch and they're sitting outside. They're literally 4 feet from the trash can. They get up and leave their trash on the table and leave. And you're going to have that.
Yeah.
There's some people, you probably wouldn't want to visit.
Let me tell you what.
That's
so people know that I used to smoke a lot, and I don't smoke a lot of cigarettes anymore. But when I smoked cigarettes,
proud of you.
I never threw it in the water.
But that's you.
I put them right here, if you can see it, right here in my shoelace. Right there is where I put my cigarettes. My shoes smell like crap.
You still got those shoes.
But no, I'm just saying. People look down like, dude, you got cigarettes in your shoes. I'm like, I know, dude. They don't want to go in the water, do they? No, that's a good idea.
Well, actually, he still got the right shoe. He thought the cigarette was out, and his left shoe burned up.
There's been a couple times I've ran down the road with shoes smoking. No, I'm just kidding.
As you know, that there are different solutions for that. You can take just a cup of water with you and then put the lid on when you're done. And then you don't have to burn your shoes up in the process.
You can just tie a garbage bag onto your belt.
Well, I tell you, the guy who showed me that years ago was a guy named John Kramer, and we were actually hunting in Blackwater, and we were smoking a cigarette. And I'll be honest, I flicked my cigarette, and he goes, "What are you doing that for, man?" I said, "I don't know, man. There's a bunch of them. Everybody else does it." He goes,
That's
"Man,"
the wrong attitude.
Right. He goes, "You pick that son of a gun up right now, before I clock you over the back of the head with the stock of this gun right now."
Yep.
And I said, "What do you want me to do with it?" He goes, "Look at my shoe." And I looked down, and I seen all the cigarette butts in his shoelaces. I says, "Don't your feet stink?" He goes, "You're damn right they do." He said, "But you know what, man? I ain't ruining the environment. I ain't leaving my scent back here." I was like, "But you're dragging your shoes through the grass." He goes, "Rain will wash that off in a day or two. Stop asking so many questions. Just put the cigarette butt in your shoelace." You know, so I had a million questions of why, you know. So yeah, man.
That's the thing, though. I mean, because everybody else does it is the wrong attitude.
Right.
You do it because it's the
Just
right thing to
because
do.
you see somebody else doing it doesn't give you the right to do it.
And that's the point, you know. If you can't do good, don't do it, man. We say it all the time. If you can't do it good, don't do it, man.
Simple as that.
Half measures avail us nothing. Don't leave half your trash there. Yeah. Take all your trash with you.
Yeah.
You know,
and some more.
When you see trash laying there, just because it's not yours, you can still pick it up.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. There's no law against that.
It doesn't cost nothing to be nice. It doesn't cost nothing to do the right thing. It doesn't cost nothing to pick up a piece of trash. It doesn't cost nothing to put in a trash can.
It's as simple as this. Doing the right thing is always the right answer.
Right.
Point blank. Period. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
So.
Well said.
Well, I mean, I think we've pretty much nailed most of what we want to talk about today. I don't know if there's anything else you guys think we need to address. Is there anything else you want to address, Gary?
No.
Anything you want to address today?
I'll give you one more, though.
One more for Gary.
I didn't
one more for Gary.
When I was talking about Mary and Ivana, I didn't plug them, and I should have. Ivana caught her first snakehead on a frog yesterday.
Good.
And Mary drowned her first phone yesterday.
Oh no, Mary! Did you get it back or no?
No.
She gone.
You know, when it hits that mud in the bottom of Blackwater, buddy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary, I hope you had everything backed up on there. Good Lord.
No, I think she lost some pictures. And stuff.
Oh boy.
But she needed a new one, so fate has a way of working sometimes.
That's right. Oh man.
It's cast so hard it flew out of her pocket. She had it in her pocket, and when she cast, it flew out.
How do you do that?
Ask Mary. Well, we did. We had a great time yesterday. It was a lot of fun.
Well,
Always.
You think it's time?
I think it's time.
All right, folks. So it's time, and we're gonna do it here. So, you know, every Thursday we're gonna do this out here at Blackwater's Edge. We're gonna do the crab stand giveaway, and we're gonna do some giveaways from MEPS. We're gonna do some giveaways from Stonebridge. We're gonna giveaways from WickedStickers.com, and that's how we're gonna handle the crab stand giveaway. We're gonna do it right here every Thursday. So you gotta tune in, you gotta watch it, and here are the rules. If you are picked, you must pick that prize up this weekend.
Within the week.
Yes, we're not going to hold prizes 5 weeks till you get to the store to pick something up or get to the crab stand to pick something up. I mean, you're going to get it or in that week or you're just not going to get it. You know, we tried to do that last year, hold prizes for weeks at a time. And before you know it, I had boxes of stuff at Christmas that I took to a homeless shelter.
Like a lost and found
because nobody ever came to pick them up, you know. So I know everybody likes the crabs, but remember, all the other stuff, too, is donation. So take advantage of it, use it, pass it on if you can't use it. You know what I'm saying? So without any further ado, it's time! It's now! The Sunday Fun Day giveaway! Although we're going to change that name here real soon. All right, folks, if you want to win something out here at the Blackwater's Edge podcast, all you have to do is leave a comment on any of our posts on the Blackwater's Edge forum or any of our posts on the Crab Stand page. Okay, you can like and you can share. That'll also give you another chance to win a prize. So I use an app called the Name Picker app. That's how we pick your names. So I don't pick the names. If it's a friend of mine that's won, I didn't pick it. If we had to be friends on Facebook, that's just how it works, okay? So, all right, so every weekend, that's what you're going to do. You're going to go over to the Crab Stand page. You'll go over here to Blackwater's Edge podcast on Thursday, and we'll find out who won. So, look, so this week from MEPS, okay? Shane Sharp, okay? You're going to get this MEPS number 5 Aglia here at Wolford Store. You can pick it up any day this week. Or you can get an Oriole. That's whichever one you'd like to do. Okay, I've got Tim McDonald. Look, we're going to give you a pack of the Hyperlastics dart spins. Okay, you can try these, you know, on your next snakehead fishing trip and see what you got down here. Kathleen O'Rourke Vito, I am going to give you one of these tickets here. So you can come by the Wolford Store and you can fill this out, and we'll put your name in the drawing so that you and 2 of your friends can get a free snakehead trip. Let's see what else we got. So, Stonebridge Grill out there, our good friend Chef Mitch. Look, Don Sims, You are going to get a $20 gift card out there at the Stonebridge Grill. Look, Chef Mitch is making all kinds of good stuff with stuff in the crab stand. Soft crab sandwiches, all kinds of good stuff. He's going to give you a $20 gift card. Look, they've got some dining available. They've got the patio open, so you can go there and you can get a meal. And they also still have curbside going on. So that's from Stonebridge. From WickedStickers.com, Sherry Thomas. We are going to give you the crab stand gift pack. Okay, you're going to have a shirt, you're going to have some stickers, you're going to have some tattoos to put on yourself late at night when you're drunk and don't know what's going on. So we'll have some good times with that. So Sherry Thomas, you get that crab stand prize pack, okay? And from the crab stand, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people I'm going to give a dozen crabs. And you can go to either location and get it. Abington, Maryland. You can go to the Maryland line, whichever one you want to do, okay? So Dawn Stover. Kapow! Charles Bruff. Kapow! Melody Bunting. Kapow! Paula Kiowa. Kapow! T.C. Glassman. Kapow! Karen Stafford. Kapow! And Brian Ball. Kapow! All 7 of you get a dozen crabs. So you come on out, I'm going to give you a free dozen mixed crabs, and you go on your merry way. Look, 4th of July is coming up. We know everybody wants to come down here to Blackwater and do some fishing. So you come on down here, get your plans made, and we're going to make sure that we get you somewhere that you can fish. We'll have some answers for you, hopefully, by the 4th of July. Keep checking back with us.
We should have answers clarified one way or another by 4th of July. Absolutely.
Right. So on behalf of myself and Gary, me and Gary and Eddie are going to sing a little song here.
Before you can sing by yourself.
We want to make 28, but we're not saying.
So everybody every week says, we need this song, we need this song, we need this song. So look, we're going to do something else, okay? We're going to do another giveaway in a couple weeks called the Crab Stand Song Giveaway. You're going to send in a video of you singing the Crab Stand song with you and your friends, however you want to do it, and then we're going to share it to the Crab Stand page. Whoever gets the most likes or views for their videos, whatever they put together, I'm going to give you a bushel of crabs. Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
Are you kidding me? Yes, I'm going to give you a bushel of crabs. So, look, let's leave you a little crabby jingle. Let's have a good weekend, everybody. This has been a great week for us down here at Blackwater. We've got little speed bumps we've got through, so let me leave you with our little crabby jingle. My crabs, they have 3 first names. It's heavy, full, and fat. My crabs, they have a 4th name. Absolutely mustard-packed! So, if you ask me where they're from, they're all from right here on the Eastern Shore. The Chop Tank, the Nanacoke, off Hooper's Island, the Honga. You're going to love them all. If you come out here just one time, I promise. At the crab stand, here's a fact I know for sure you're coming back. Kapow! Kapow! And kapow! We'll see you next Thursday, folks.